I'm figuring out which Mario Odyssey Kingdom I would like to visit and live in if it were real. This looks like a kingdom for very distinguished gentlemen, such as Gentlemanly Mario we got going on here. I like the fog and the overall vibe. The lighting is also really cool too. Big fan of the frogs. I love the frogs. Look at their little hats. So cute. The residents are pretty cute too. They're little hat ghosts. Let's just look over the fact that everything here is dead. This might be HE double hell. In the distance, you can also see a city, and I think I would like to live there. This is reminding me of the UK, which I have a weird love for London, even though I probably wouldn't want to actually visit there. I like the idea of London, and this is what it's giving me. Maybe it's the top hats. A lot of the homes themselves are made to look like top hats, and all of the windows are hats as well. It's cool. The people also drive around in flying hats. There's also a giant hat building, which honestly, it's kind of creepy. This place seems pretty calm. I think there won't be many other places that'll be as calm as this. It's gonna have to end up rating pretty highly. The average temperature is also 71 degrees, which is like perfect. Man, this one might be hard to beat. In case you didn't know, we're only ranking the top 3 kingdoms, so only 3 can remain. Since there's no other spots being taken right now, this one goes into spot number 1. My initial thoughts are that the waterfalls and the general scenery is just beautiful. I mean, it's a little bit weird having giant stegosaurus bones hanging over everything, but it's cool. There's these weird porcupine fellas that would probably murder me. This rock bridge over a waterfall is so cool though. I don't think I'd enjoy having to run past chain chomps every day. And I definitely wouldn't want to live near a T-Rex. I mean, that's a freaking T-Rex. No, I would not live anywhere near a T-Rex. Even if it's sleeping. Not to mention, right next to the T-Rex is a family of chain chomps. I could probably dig up a lot of these fossils and sell them though. That could be my job if I lived there. It's also 84 degrees here. And anything over 80 is a little bit excessive for me. A beautiful island full of danger and an actual living dinosaur? That's not very safe, and it's not a place I would want to live in. But since there's only one thing on the board, I'm just gonna put this in second. I am not the biggest fan of deserts. I may go as far as to say, I don't think I would ever want to be in a desert. I don't want to be out in the middle of nowhere and it's super hot with no water in sight. It's just scary to me. Thankfully, there's a town in this desert with Mexican-inspired colors and residents, which I really like. The residents are inspired by Calavera, which means once again, all of the residents are actually dead. I don't know about a desert town where all of the residents are skeletons. It's a little bit creepy. As a Mexican myself, I don't think I'd want to live in a town with Dia de los Muertos dudes just running around being dancing to mariachi music. I don't know how I feel about that. There's also super interesting ancient ruins that you could explore. And of course, instead of water, there is purple poison. That doesn't make things any better. I spent a lot of time just looking at poison. However, there is an oasis with beautiful palm trees, a fishing lakitu, and some cute little birds. And actual water. I do love how it's slightly underground too. If I were to live here, this would probably be the spot that I would stay at. I don't think I could ever leave here though. I would just fall into an endless pit forever. Or if I got too hot, I could go down into this frozen underground temple to cool off. Now that I think about it, it's probably way too dangerous in here to actually come visit. The average temperature is 104 degrees. No! I am absolutely terrified of deserts. It's one of my fears, and I hate when things are hot. So this is definitely going to be put in 3rd place. Now this is up my alley. A giant foggy forest? There's a little chipmunk fella. Pretty cool, right? Wow, just look how pretty this place is. The residents are cool little robots that water all the plants around the kingdom, and I really like that. I also really enjoy the vibe of the kingdom being like mechanical meets nature. I think that's really cool. It's kind of weird that the entire kingdom is inside of a like biodome, but I'm okay with that. It also seems like the kingdom is floating above a much larger forest below it. And you can actually drop down into that forest below. And let me tell you where I wouldn't live. I wouldn't live down here. It's so creepy, dark, and ominous down here. Oh, I forgot to mention that there's a T-Rex that lives down here. But it's okay because he's wearing a funny hat, right? Where I would probably live is in this weird giant metal building, but it's full of flowers and the flowers are flying around. You know what? That might actually like give me allergies or something. I might be sneezing a lot if I was in there. But it looks so pretty. This place isn't super dangerous. It's really pretty. I like everything about it. Maybe not the T-Rex, but I can easily avoid the T-Rex here. So this is definitely going to be going into first. I'm going to shift everything else down. Now in first place, we have the Wooded Kingdom. In second place, we have the Cap Kingdom. And in third place, we have the Cascade Kingdom. And the Sand Kingdom, goodbye. A beautiful and peaceful lake. This might be the best one. This place is also below the ground, so it's a nice secluded little area. There's random floating stone buildings. I could live back there. If you look under the water, you can also see Dory, the dinosaur that I was freaking out about riding on when I did the Mario 64 version of this video, where you get to ride on a dinosaur. So once again, yes, I would love to live somewhere where I could ride on a peaceful little dinosaur in the water. The coolest part of this kingdom, though, is when you swim down this water tube and you enter into a glass dome where you could see completely under the water. It's also 79 degrees. Like I said, 80 is excessive, 79 perfect. I think it would be really cool to live underwater and hang out with my mermaid friends. What's the matter? You mad at a guy hanging out with his mermaid friends? There's also a bunch of colorful fishies. This place is awesome. This might sound weird, but if I were to live here, I would want to build some sort of staircase up to this little hidden upper area and just hide out up here. That made me sound like I'm some sort of weirdo. This is definitely going into first place. I'm gonna move everything down, take the Cascade Kingdom and throw it somewhere else. This kingdom is just clouds. I won't deny, it's absolutely beautiful here, but it's just clouds. What happens if I need to get a hamburger from a fast food place? Where do I go? Do I have to just jump off the clouds and land on the ground? Doesn't seem very safe. I actually don't think this is better than any of the ones that we have in the ranking right now. So this is going to not even be on the board at all. This kingdom is immediately really pretty, but just like in the Desert Kingdom, there's poison everywhere. This one is surrounded entirely by poison. There's strange contraptions from some ancient civilization, colorful but spiky wigglers, and the overall layout of this place is a bit crazy. I'm not sure how I feel about the little beetle fellow with big hands that walks slowly towards you, mainly because he's actually a bomb. The top of the mountain looks pretty comfy though. This place is just a lot. There's too much going on. I don't know, this place is kind of cool looking and I like the vibe, but it looks terrible to try and walk around anywhere here, and there's poison everywhere. So sadly, the Lost Kingdom is gone forever. Oh yeah, we're in New York, baby! Look at how beautiful this city is. Run down the street next to the park with the fellas on the side and the taxis driving by. Wait at the corner for the traffic to stop so you can cross the road to get to your friend's house. Go to the top of a weird building in the middle of nowhere that has grass and trees on it for some reason and look at a weird robot spider centipede thing. Climb all the way to the top of the tallest building and accidentally fall off. Honestly, look at how cool this place looks. Just like Rio, New York, you can go into some back alley and find a bunch of rats. There's also a slightly spooky and mysterious underground power plant. Look how spooky and mysterious this place is. I honestly can't get over how good this place looks. You can even get on a moped and drive around in the streets. You guys already know what I'm gonna say. This is first place. Move everything down. This is probably going to be the best one that we ever have. But sorry, Cap Kingdom, you served us well, but goodbye. A little bit about me. I'm from Michigan, which normally is like this. So I do like cold and snowy areas. I mean, it does look really easy to fall into freezing water, which not very good thing to do. But there's a whole town of chubby little seal polar bear fellas that can be your friends. I also appreciate the Mario 64 penguins as well. All these dudes do is look cute and race around in a little race course rolling around all day. It's awesome. This stuff is cool and all, but sadly, that's really it for this kingdom. Majority of the kingdom is just cold, snow, ice. That's it. I'm sorry, Snow Kingdom. And I'm sorry, Shivarians. But goodbye. I have a confession to make. This is actually one of my favorite locations in any video game ever of all time. You can hang out and play some volleyball with snails, admire the absolute beauty of the kingdom. You already know I love this, but you could ride around in a dory or swim around in the carbonated water. There's also super fancy hot springs. I really like this part of the map, but there's some evil, creepy kelp guys, but I just like the way that this place looks. I can imagine hanging out on these rocks and then swimming in the water and then swimming back up to the rocks. It would be cool. There's a hill that giant spiky shells roll down at you, and just the beach is so beautiful. There's also a slight pirate theme to it, and I love pirates. I'm sure you guys already know what I'm going to say, but I love this kingdom. I think I'm actually going to remove the Lake Kingdom and put this one in second place. That means Lake Kingdom, goodbye. First place, this kingdom has cheese. Actually, last place, this kingdom is surrounded by, I don't know what that is. It's pink, but it's lava. It does have big corn though, but it's got dudes with really big spiky shells. But it has a food festival full of really delicious foods. Even a giant bowl of tasty stew. But it has tomatoes that are made out of lava. But it has a place called Meat Plateau. But it's actually a giant erupting volcano. Yeah, this place might not be that great. Goodbye. A mysterious kingdom where everything is dark, scary, dreary, and destroyed. And there's also a giant dragon. That's really it. That's the entire kingdom, is just a dragon. Yeah. Goodbye. I mean, it is a nice 68 degrees, though. I mean, it's called Bowser's Kingdom. I don't expect it to be a very nice and calm place. There's big old scary giant stamp dudes, cannons that shoot out giant bombs, and scary birds with sharp beaks. I like the pagoda-style buildings, though. I will say this area with the gift shop is actually really, really cool looking. And this place is also cool looking too, especially like the little area of water with the koi fish in it. That's really cool. Doesn't really make up for the fact that this is a giant festival of doom though. I do enjoy this giant dry garden, but sadly, Bowser's Kingdom, goodbye. Why'd I say sadly? This was expected. I do not like space, and I do not like the moon. It creeps me out. I definitely don't care for moon gravity. I also don't care for these weird rolly spiky balls. I also don't really like the weird space octopus that shoots a... I don't even know what that is. It's some sort of strange missile. Not sure I'm a huge fan of the church on the moon either. A little bit weird. The inside of it is kinda nice, I guess, though. I like this table at the end with money on it. Guess that's the best part of this entire kingdom for me. Yeah. Goodbye. Now we're talking. The Mushroom Kingdom. Look at how pretty that is. Beautiful. You can visit Princess Peach's castle with a top hat on top of it. There's a nice quaint little garden over here. I actually really love this muddy wooded area behind the castle. Of course, there's mushrooms everywhere. Inside Peach's castle is as awesome and relaxing as ever. You can also steal her throne. I love the pond in the back with the waterfall and Dory. Oh my goodness, this place is perfect. This is where I would be if I lived here. Not to mention you get to hang out with Yoshi. I love the Mushroom Kingdom, and this ranking is really difficult, but I love the other two so much more, so I think this has to go into third place. You lasted a very long time, Wooded Kingdom, but I'm sorry. Goodbye. This is the official ranking. In first place, we have the Metro Kingdom. In second place, we have the Seaside Kingdom. And in third place, we have the Mushroom Kingdom. but let's decide which one was the worst. The Luncheon Kingdom kinda sucks. It's just a giant erupting volcano, but there are some good things to it. It has a lot of food. The Sand Kingdom really sucks as well, but there is that oasis that's really cool. Bowser's Kingdom also really sucks, but it has the gift shop area that's really cool. That leads us to the Ruin Kingdom. I think that is definitely the worst place to visit or live in. It's awful. All there is a scary dragon, and that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see a video similar to this one, I did the exact same thing but with Mario 64 a little while back. Let me know any other games where you want me to figure out if I could live in them. Bye!